Good evening, everyone. Welcome. Let's get started. We don't think anybody else is joining, so let us get started. Apologies for having kept you all waiting. So I will start with introducing myself, and then I will ask the other faculty who teaches the CMA course for Uplift to introduce, and then we will move on. If you have any questions, please hold on to them. We will, answer all your questions towards the end. We will, once the faculty introduction is over, I will call upon each of you all to introduce yourselves. Please state your full name, what your educational background is. Are you currently working or studying? What is your current status? And if you are working, in what field and for how long? Okay, please introduce yourself when you're called upon. So let's start with this. My name is Sanjay. Sanjay Ramchand is my full name. I'm a BCom CMA. I have more than 20 years of work experience, and I am a faculty with Uplift. I teach the CMA course with Uplift. I am also pursuing my CPA course, which is Certified Public Accountant, which is a US equivalent of Indian CA. I'm pursuing that. Hope to clear that soon, God willing. I'm based in India, and I love teaching. It's my passion. Okay. Along with work, I also teach. So that's about me. I will pass the mic to Ganpati sir to introduce himself before we start off with a presentation on the CME. Ganpati sir, over to you.
Thank you, Sanjay ji. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are. Thank you.
Hi, welcome to all CMA aspirants. First of all, I congratulate you for choosing the Uplift Pro as your CMA Academy. About myself, my name is Ganapati Subramanian. I am MCom, MSc, CMA, ICWA, and I have worked more than 20 years as various levels at various manufacturing company as CFO. I have a work professional experience of 33 years, and I've been teaching this CMA for the past 18 years. Along with that, I am also a certified trainer. I also conduct some of the training programs like finance for non-finance managers, how to tackle when the difficulty time comes on the cost basis. And I also take some of the portions of PMP. And I also conduct some of the courses like the soft skill and computer skills like basic Excel, midterm Excel, and advanced Excel. So a lot of other soft skills also I used to take. And I also take classes for the Indian ICWA, some other papers. So this was a short brief of myself. Once again, I welcome you all to the best coaching available in India. Thank you, and over to Sanjay sir.
Thank you, Ganpati sir. Okay, we'll just start the introduction with the students now. So I will call out the names. If you can unmute your mic, introduce yourself. Please state your full name. Okay, what your educational qualification is, where are you based, okay, and whether you're studying, working, or what your current status is. So can I call upon Amrish Singh first? Amrish, can you please unmute your mic and introduce yourself?
Sure, sir. Thank you so much for giving the opportunity, and then wonderful introduction you had, and then we are really looking forward to learn from you both. Thank you so much. So, my name is Amresh Singh, and I'm based out to Hyderabad. I'm an MBA guy working with Novartis Healthcare as a project manager, and I have 13 years of experience. So before project management, I was associated with completely FP&A role, which is financial planning and analysis. So looking forward to calibrate on this part and then learn more or maybe advance more on this CMA journey.
Thank you, Amish, and welcome to the class. Your
Thank you
MBA
so
was
much.
in finance?
Yeah, it's in finance. Yeah.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Can I call upon Ankita Sharma to introduce herself, please?
Hello everyone, my name is Ankita Sharma and I'm Delhiite. I have 7 years of experience and currently working with dunnhumby as an assistant manager for R2R profile, and that's it. I'm BCom honors graduate.
Right. Thank you, Ankita. Can I ask Naushad to introduce himself, please?
Hi everyone, thank you so much, sir, for giving me the opportunity to introduce myself. I'm Naushad. I'm actually based in Saudi Arabia. Basically, maybe somebody maybe knows the city named Jeddah. So I'm really excited to be here to with everyone, and I'm really positive about my future after finishing the CMA. And I actually finished my graduation, and I also started my post-graduation in business management. Now I'm working as a secretary in finance. The company name is Haji Hussein Al Raza. It's a automotive dealer in Saudi for Mazda, Aston Martin, and MAN trucks and bus. So I have 7 years of experience. 2 years I was in Abu Dhabi. Now 5 years I'm in Jeddah. So I'm really excited. Thank you so much for the answers.
Thank you, Naushad, and welcome to the class.
Thank you so
Can
much.
I call upon Avendu Paul now, please?
Yes, sir. This is Ardhendu Paul, and hello everyone. I am from the administrative team of Uplift Professionals, and I am the marketing executive.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So, right. So, can I just call upon? Okay, Deepu is somebody I know, but however, Deepu, for the benefit of others, can you introduce yourself?
Hi, everyone. I am Deepu. I have around 14 years of experience, and this is my second session. I've been with Hawk for a long time. Currently, I'm with Unilever as a manager finance. Yeah, that's all about me.
Great. Thank you, Deepu. Gaurav, can I call upon you? I know you were with, with my batch for some time earlier. So can I just call upon you to introduce yourself for the benefit of others?
Sure, sir. Good evening, everyone. Myself, Gaurav, and it's been like 12 years of experience I have, and I am MBA graduate, and currently working with the IT SaaS company, and I'm based out in Delhi.
Thank you, Gaurav.
Thank you, everyone.
Can I call upon Havish to introduce yourself, please? Havish? Havish, can you hear me? Looks like there's a connectivity issue. Can I move on to M. Abdul Samad to introduce, please?
Yeah, good evening, all of you. Myself Abdul Samad. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible, Abdul.
Yes,
Please go ahead.
So I have 15 years experience in Saudi Arabia. So for the past few months, like I'm in Bahrain now, I'm searching for a job. I have done my MBA in finance and HR. That's it.
Hmm? Okay, thank
I've
you.
done my MBA in finance and HR.
Thank you. Yeah,
So
thank you, Abdul. Can I call upon Mohammed Vayan to talk, please? Mohammed Vayan? Mohammed, can you hear me? Again, connectivity issues. So let's move on. Can I ask Payas to introduce yourself, please?
Good evening, everyone. My name is Payas Ashok Vargan. I reside in Mira Road, which is in Thane, and I have an experience of 3 years in accounts field. Currently, I'm working in a CA firm, and I have graduated in accounting and finance course, which is BAF. Thank you.
Right. Thank you, Payas, and welcome back. I know you were part of my class towards the end of last session. Welcome back. Okay, Vayan, can you hear me? Vayan,
Yes.
can you hear me? Yeah, can you
I
please
can hear.
introduce yourself? Can you please introduce yourself?
Hi everyone, my name is Mohammad Rehan. I am working in Saudi Arabia since last 10 years as an senior accountant. This is for my basic information for you, sir.
Okay, thank you, Vayan.
Thank you.
Okay, can we move on to Rafiq? Rafiq, can you please introduce yourself? Rafiq, can you hear? Rafiq? Okay, seems to be connectivity issues again there. Rizwan, can you hear me?
Hello, yes, sir. I can hear you.
Can you please introduce yourself?
Well, I'm Rizwan Akhtar. I reside in Abu Dhabi in UAE, and I'm currently working for an investment company called Al Basha Investment Company. I'm working as a head of accounts over there, and I've joined this session and actually I started the session in March with the part 2. So this is my second one where I'll be doing the part 1. So I'm glad to be back. I've done my MBA Finance. And that's it.
Thank you, Rizwan. Welcome back. Rupesh, can we move on to you to introduce yourself? Rupesh?
Good evening, everybody. My name is Rupesh Pradhan. I have done my master's in commerce, and currently I'm based in Nairobi and having 15 years of experience. So I believe this is my fourth session. I was doing a part 2, but due to my health concern, I could not complete. So now I am starting my part A courses. Thank
Hope
you.
you're feeling better now, Rupesh.
Yeah, I'm doing good. Thank you.
Thank you. Welcome back. Thank you.
Thanks.
Can I call upon Sana Pagarkar to introduce yourself, please?
Hello, everyone. My name is Sana Pagarkar. I stay in Mumbai. I've done my MMS in Finance from Mumbai University. Currently, I'm working in Luke Patino Company. It's a healthcare company in accounts department.
Thank you, Sana.
Thank you.
And can I call upon Syed Obaid Ali, please?
Good evening, everyone. My name is Syed Obaid Ali. I'm based in Jeddah. I have done my BCom and I have been associated with our development company. 14 years of experience.
Syed, you're very faint. We could hardly hear you. Maybe you need to bring your mic closer. You hardly.
Yeah. Can you hear me now? Well,
yeah, but you're still faint.
there is something, any net problem, I believe.
Okay, right. Welcome to the class.
Thank you.
Shreya and Kalyani, you're both from Uplift. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Shreya and Kalyani.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Right. So we'll hold on to you. We will introduce you towards the end when we talk about the administration part of it. And obviously, Baswati madam will also be there. So she's the director for Uplift. We will introduce her towards the end of the class and we'll let them take it. So we have another person called as Asha Shetty. Asha, do you want to introduce yourself? Asha, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Hi, everyone. I'm Asha Shetty. I stay in Pune. I'm working with Cognizant Technologies for almost 3 years now. I've done my PGDBM from ICFAI. This is my demo class.
Thank you. And Jaspreet, can you please introduce yourself? I'm familiar with you. For the benefit of others, can you please introduce yourself?
Yeah, good evening, sir. Good evening, everyone. This is Jaspreet. Well, I've already joined Uplift since it's been 3 or 4 months, and I was taking part 2 classes, and now I've joined for part 1 classes. I'm looking positively forward. Thank you.
Great. Welcome back, Jaspreet. Thank you. Okay, thank you everyone for your introductions. The reason we asked for your introduction is twofold. One is to get to know you all and also understand what your background is. So knowing your background helps us, modify our teaching methods so that you are able to understand the concepts of the course. That is why we ask what your educational background is and whether you're working and things like that. So that as a faculty, we are aware, okay, up to what level we need to go in explaining the concepts. Okay, so thank you everyone. Let's get the ball rolling. So I'm going to give a small presentation on the CMA part of it. And we will take questions towards the end. So just give me a minute while I bring up the presentation. Can you all please confirm that you are able to see the presentation?
Yeah.
Great. So once again, a warm welcome to everyone to the Uplift introductory session on part 1 CMA course. We are happy to let you know that we are the silver course provider. We are the silver learning partner with IMA. And most of our students who have taken the exam have passed the exams in the first attempt. I think I would say the strike rate is 99%. Okay, barring a couple who, for various reasons could not take the exam or did not clear the exam. Most of our students pass in first attempt. We provide in-depth coaching and concept learning so that you're able to understand these concepts and apply them in solving the problems and clear your exams in the first attempt itself. So that's about Uplift Pro. So let's understand what the exam, what Uplift is, and what CMA is and what the exam pattern is. CMA, as you all are very well aware, means
Sanjay ji,
certified. Yes.
can you make it as a PowerPoint mode?
PowerPoint slide. Okay,
Yeah.
you want to see it in the slide mode? Sure. Better
Thank you.
now?
Thank you. Yeah.
Okay. So as most of you all are aware, CMA is a certified management accounting course. It is a gold standard in management accounting. It's a US Institute of Management Accountants course conducted by Institute of Management Accountants. Its equivalent is ICWA in India. However, ICWA is limited to our own country, India, whereas CMA is recognized globally. Further, ICWA requires you to take a internship. It's a 3-year course, whereas the CMA course can be completed between 6 to 12 months. There are just 2 papers. Okay? So it's a shorter duration, but that does not mean that it is very easy to clear this exam or it is very simple. No, don't be under the impression that just because it is 2 papers, it's a very easy exam. Definitely not. It is as difficult as the ICWA, if not more. Okay, and it is a time-bound exam. Very important. It's a time-bound exam. The exams are online, and we'll talk about that in detail. So here you go. Okay. So what does CMA mean? You acquire an international and a professional credential in finance. Okay? It's a professional qualification. Unlike your university degree, this is higher than that. It is a professional qualification which gives you an authority to work in executive roles. Okay. So it's the highest management qualification of USA. It's a gold standard. Okay, it improves your credentials, knowledge base, career prospects, everything. The moment you clear this clear this exam and get your certification, you are far above, an ordinary candidate when you're applying for a job. What is eligibility? You need to have a bachelor's degree, okay, but you can write the exam even if you don't have a bachelor's degree. Okay, there's no bar on you writing the exams and clearing the exams. You won't get your certification unless and until you meet two criteria. Those two criteria are: one, you have a bachelor's degree, and you have 2 years of professional work experience in finance and accounting field. Okay? Finance or accounting. You need to have 2 years of work experience. Now you can write and clear your exams even if you don't have these two. And you get 7 years after you clear your exam to obtain your bachelor's degree and get the 2 years experience to get your certification. Okay? You can either have it before clearing the course exam, or you can get them within 7 years of clearing the course exam to get your certification. Let's come to the exam. Okay? The exam is of 2 papers. Okay, you can pass the exam in minimum 6 months, maximum 3 years. The average time is between 9 to 12 months. Okay, the average time people pass in 9 to 12 months. The pass percentage worldwide, pass percentage is close to 45%. Okay, coming to India, it is more or less same as the world average. It is between 42 to 45%. Okay. So what are the highlights of these programs? Like I mentioned, very short duration. You can clear it within a year's time. Okay. It is internationally recognized. People who have completed the CMA, if you ask them, they will tell you what is the value of a CMA. Okay. Your salary is much higher. Okay, compared to an ordinary graduate, your salary is much higher because this is a professional qualification and it is recognized by all the MNCs. All the MNCs know the value of a CMA. Okay, so it's recognized by all of them. So CMAs are in demand. They will welcome you when you tell them I'm a CMA certified. It's an online exam. It is in India. It is written from Prometric. Worldwide also it is written from Prometric. You can go to the Prometric website to see which are the centers where you can write this exam. Okay. It's an equivalent of ICWA, I told you. CS is US CMA is equivalent of ICWA. Okay. The other advantage is compared to some of the international courses, okay, it's much more cost effective. You have only 2 papers and a membership fee. Because of the short duration, because of the shorter papers, it's much cheaper to write this course. Okay, so let's see what else is there. It's designed by the Institute of Certified Management Accountants and it is current. You will see that the syllabus is regularly updated to meet the industry requirements. When I studied, there was no technology. Technology and analytics was not a paper in that time. There was no such subject called as technology and analytics. But seeing the automation, seeing the use of data and analytics in finance, IMA has included this as a part of the course curriculum to ensure the CMA, the present CMA candidates learn this important topic and are industry ready to utilize technology for the benefit of finance and are able to meet the industry needs when they apply for a job. Okay. Where can you get a job? Every field needs a finance professional. So there's no field where you cannot apply. Multinational companies, yes. Back offices, yes. Financial services or consulting firms, yes. US-based firms, yes. Manufacturing industry, yes. Banks, yes. Every field requires a finance professional. Wherever a finance professional or a finance person is required, you can get a job in that industry. Developing industry relevant skills. Like I told you, the syllabus is updated regularly to ensure, okay, it is as up to date as required, keeping in mind the changes happening in the industry, the changes happening in the finance field. So you will see a lot of syllabus gets updated every 2-3 years, new topics being introduced, obsolete outdated topics being dropped, which is the requirement for the industry. The IMA designs the syllabus in consultation with the industry leaders. So you can be rest assured that whatever you study is relevant to the market. So what do you study? There are two parts, part 1 and part 2. Let me at the outset itself inform you that these two parts are independent of each other. When I say independent, it does not mean that you have to write part 1 or study part 1 first and then only you can study part 2. No, you can study part 2 first and then study part 1. They are independent of each other. There might be a slight overlap, maybe about 5% overlap might be there. Okay, but they are independent of each other. So you can study your part 2, write your part 2 exam, okay, clear it, and then write your part 1. No issues with that. Or you can study your part 1, write your part 1 exam, and then your part 2. Okay. Now, part 1 is called as financial planning, performance, and control. The topics which you study or the modules which you study under part 1 is external financial reporting and decisions, planning, budgeting, and forecasting, performance management, cost management, internal controls, technology and analytics. Technology and analytics is a recent, introduction in part 1. It was not there earlier. Like I mentioned, the syllabus gets updated to meet the market requirements. Now you will see that beside each module, you have a percentage. That is a weightage for that particular module under that particular part. So, for example, if you look at part 1, planning, budgeting, and forecasting has a 20% weightage in part 1. Similarly, performance management has a 20% weightage in part 1. Internal controls has a 15% weightage in part 1. And technology analytics has 15% weightage in part 1. So that's a weightage under that part. Okay. Each part exam is a 4 hours of duration. Okay. And in those 4 hours, you have to answer 100 multiple choice questions in 3 hours. And 2 scenario based, or what we call as essay questions. They are basically scenario based questions. Okay. You will be given a scenario and then ask questions on that scenario. You will have 1 hour to answer 2 such questions. Important point, you will move on to the essay part of the question paper or the exam only if you score 50% or more in your multiple choice questions. If you score less than 50%, you will not get the option for writing the essay questions at all. Okay. Part 2 called as financial decision making. So what you have in that? Financial statement analysis 20%, corporate finance 20%, decision analysis 20%, risk management 10%, investment decisions 10%, professional ethics 15%. Okay. Ethics is a very important part. It somehow or the other touches both part 1 and part 2. Somewhere or other you will find it touching. But you study it in detail in part 2. Again, similar to part 1, it's a 4-hour exam, 3 hours for 100 multiple choice questions, and 1 hour to answer 2 essay questions. Again, the same rules apply. You need to score 50% or more in your multiple choice questions to be eligible to answer your essay questions. What's the passing score you need? You need 72% in each paper to pass. That is 360 marks out of 500 marks in each paper. Please remember, it is a weighted scoring of both your multiple choice question and essay questions. It does not mean that if you score 72% in multiple choice and 0 in essay, you are passed. No, it is a weighted scoring. Okay, so you need to combine both and get a 72%, which is 360 out of 500 in each paper to pass the exam. That's here you see it, the same thing which I said, 360 out of 500 in each paper, and it is a weighted. Okay, score matrix provided on the exam results is an indicator of overall performance. You will not receive immediate pass-fail results. Yeah, so when you write your exam, you will not receive your results immediately because the essay questions need to be graded by a human. So there is a time gap between you completing the exam and you getting your result. Okay, what is the time gap? So it is 45 days after the last exam, which can be conducted in a window. So I will talk about the window in a minute, but just remember it is approximately 45 days from the last exam date in a window. Okay, and again, it is a total weighted score. Okay, it is a total weighted score. So both your essay as well as MCQ count. Note 50% multiple choice you have to get before you are eligible to take essay section. So what are the exam windows? So exams are conducted 3 times in a year. Okay, January, February, May, June, September, October. So you can write your exam in any of these windows. The only condition is you cannot take the same part twice in one single window. So let's say you write January, February part 1 and you're not confident you will clear it. You cannot write part 1 again in January, February of the same year. Okay, just giving you an example. That's about it. So I told you that your results come, approximately 45 days after the last exam in a window. So if you take the January, February window, and let us say the last exam for February was conducted on the 25th of February. So from 25th of February, you have 45 days for your exam results to come, irrespective of when you wrote your exam in January or the February window. So you might have written on January 3rd, but your results will come only after 45 days from 25th of February. Please keep that in mind. Okay. Exams are conducted in Mumbai, Hyderabad, Chennai, Bangalore, Kolkata. In India, there may be other Prometric websites. You can look up the Prometric centers, okay, or where the exams are conducted by visiting www.prometric.com.icma. That's the exam. ICMA is the exam. If you visit the Prometric, it will tell you which are the centers which conduct these exams. Maybe not all of them conduct. So I'll let this is a little outdated, so I'll let the administration talk about it a little later. Who hires? So like I initially mentioned to you, any field which requires a finance professional, you can get a job there. Small business, medium business, large business, multinational, manufacturing, technology. I know people who are not from a finance background, but just because they work with the financial tools. For example, a lot of you would have heard about SAP FICO, 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 SAP FICO. Okay, it's a ERP tool, finance ERP tool. So a lot of IT professionals write this exam, clear this exam, okay, just because it helps them in their work in a FICO environment where they might be a business analyst, they are technical, or they need to know accounting and finance to be able to do the job better. Okay, whatever it may be. So it is not limited only to finance educated background people, but Anybody who works in a finance field or who's interested in working in a finance field can take up this exam. Having said that, having a knowledge of finance background helps in understanding the concepts more easily. One expectation is we will not teach you the basics of accounting over here. You are expected to know at least the basics of accounting. We don't teach the basics of accounting. We expect you to have a certain prior knowledge of finance and accounting to write this exam, okay, or study this course. If you wish to study the basics of finance and accounting, there is a allied course. Uplift will be able to give you more information on that. So we would recommend that you start with that course before moving on to CMA course. And like Ganpati sir said, you can, take up financial courses, okay, which teach you the basics of financing, teach you the concepts of basic financing and accounting for you to be prepared to take up these courses, professional courses. So what does Uplift offer you? It offers you till you pass coaching at no registration fee, but conditions apply. Okay. What do we mean by till you pass? You have to be a regular in the class. You cannot not attend the classes and say, I'm going to be a enrolled student till I, pass my exam. No. You have to be a regular in the class. You have to regularly attend mock tests. Mocks are conducted by Uplift. You have to attend the mock test because that tells us which areas you need to work on and which areas are your strengths so that your coaching can be tailored according to that. Right? So you will have to attend the classes regularly, write the mock exams, okay? And when you're given a material, you need to score a minimum of 85% in the test banks for you to go and write your exam. So when after having done all this, you write your exam, you still don't clear it, we will coach you again. Conditions apply. It is not just anybody can walk in and say, okay, I will continue to be, a student of Uplift or a member of Uplift, enrolled member. I will attend classes whenever I want. No, the conditions apply. What is the material we provide? We provide a partner material. So it's a recognized IMA course material, Gleam. Gleam is the content provider. Okay. It is recognized by IMA and we are authorized partners of Gleam. We provide you Gleam material and question bank. Administration team will be able to give you more details about it. Okay. So they will tell you more details when we open the questions. If you have question and answer session, if you have any questions on that, they will answer that for you. We conduct live online interactive classes. So it is not recorded. Whether it is Ganpati sir or whether it is I, we teach live. We don't play video recordings. We are present in the class to answer your questions. We are present in the class to re-explain the concepts to you if you have not understood something. Not like, some of the others who just play videos or recorded material. Okay. Our classes get recorded and you get recordings of the class. But please remember, recordings are not substitutes for attending live classes. Recordings will be given. There may be delays in giving you the recordings. There might be technical issues where the recordings are not getting saved. We have no control over that. And if you're not attending classes, there's every probability that you might miss those class sessions. Okay. So recordings cannot be substitute for your live classes. Recordings are only additional, to your live classes. Let's say you attended the classes and you want to refresh what you learned in the class today. You can go back to the recording and then make your own notes, make your own points, whatever you want to do. If you have doubts, you can come back and ask the faculty about those doubts. There are faculty notes, there are problems solved in the class, there are, assignments given, and obviously, like I mentioned, there are mock exams. We are available. Okay. I wouldn't say we are available 24/7. Both our first Ganpati sir and I are working. We also teach. Teaching is a passion for us. So we work as well as we teach. We may not be available 24/7, but if you drop us a message, we are there on the WhatsApp 24/7. Okay, but we might not reply immediately. So we are available on the WhatsApp. You can drop us a message, okay, and we will definitely get back to you. Be rest assured, usually within 24 hours, we do get back, sometimes little longer if we are tied up with some things, but we definitely do get back. Okay. There's an excellent administrative team in Uplift, which can guide you on your registration, your exam fees, your exam schedules, how to book your exam slots, what are the offers from Uplift, what are the offers from IMA. Because we are, partners with IMA, we do get some special offers for our students. So all this we share it with our students so that they get the best out of it. They get the best value for their money. So the administrative team is always available and ready to help you all. They are always there to guide you and help you with any administrative task required. That's about the administrative team. And that's the end of the presentation. We have completed the presentation. Okay. I will ask Baswati madam, are you there? Okay, I will ask Baswati madam to talk a little bit about Uplift, and we'll then ask Ganpati sir. Ganpati sir, before Baswati madam, Ganpati sir, do you want to add something? Do you have anything to add? Would you like to add something?
Yeah, it's fine, Sanjay sir. I think you have covered all the important points. I think there's a small change in the result. Results are given 6 weeks from the end of the month.
Oh, it's now gone up from 45 days to 6 weeks. Okay.
6 weeks from the end of the month, not from
End
the
of the month.
window. Yeah.
Okay.
That's
Right.
only correct.
From the window, end of the window,
Not
exam
end of
window.
the window, end of the month.
Oh, so if you write in January, in 6 weeks from end of January.
Yeah, March, you'll get it.
Oh, okay, okay. I
March
was not
10th,
aware of
you'll
that.
get it.
Thank you for correcting me, Ganpati sir. Anything else that you would like to add, sir? Anything, any suggestions for future CMAs? Any,
Yeah,
points?
it's very good. You explained everything very clearly. I would like to add one important thing. I normally say a DD rule. A DD rule is nothing but you have to use the DD rule is decide and dedicate. See, you have just crossed the first D. You have decided and you have taken this particular course. This course is simple. You are going to study almost all the related subject in accounts and finance, but to a depth of only 2 inches. Not in detail you are going to study. So it is simple, but it's not easy if you are not going to dedicate yourself. The problem with most of the students who fail to appear for the examination or who fail in the exam is mainly because of their problem in not considering the dedication. They just take it easy. The exam is simple. The portions are simple, but it's not easy to pass. That's what I'm trying to say. So if you are dedicate yourself to this particular course, we are here to teach and we are here to guide you. See, I have been in this particular course when the paper was 4. Then it has been corrected to 2 and now it's going on. So I have been in this industry for the past 20 years. So I know what are the kind of questions they are going to ask. What are the twists they normally keep in the questions. Those things we are going to discuss in the class. So it's always you have to attend the class without failing. I know there could be some difficulties mainly for the working members. No problem. But I request all of you somehow get some permission. It's a matter of 1 or 2 months, right? Maximum 3 months. If you can get a particular time and attend the classes, definitely I can guarantee you'll be able to pass. Number two, the dedication. I used to say, the methodology I used to recommend for my students is, when you attend the class, immediately after the class, I request everybody to go through that particular portion of whatever we have covered in the class in your study material. I'm again saying here, just go through. I didn't even say study. So if you can just go through that by attending the class and immediately as possible, maybe 10 o'clock, somebody may be tired, no problem. Get up in the early morning and just go through that. If you do this, you will be able to retain some 70% of the subject in your mind. The rest 30% can be done by repetitive answering questions and answers. So it is not that you have to work difficultly, work hard is not required. The only thing is the consistency, the way in which you're going to follow, that has to be consistent. Otherwise, okay, you study for 2 days and you don't study for 1 week, that's not going to work here. It's a continuous process and you should have the consistency. Then only you can easily pass the exam. Otherwise, it is going to become very difficult. So, I request everybody, after attending the class, just go through that portion. By that, I can say minimum 70 to 80% of the knowledge is going to be retained by everyone. Those who are really attending, sincerely attending the classes. You will see that. You can see that when you attend the class, do this, and you see that. And I also recommend immediately you have to start practicing the MCQs where the portal has been given by Uplift, right? You would have given some of the portals. There are various portals available. They would have given you generally GLIM they give you now. Some of you may have some other portal, doesn't matter. Most of the questions are common in most of the portals. So answer those questions under the study mode initially. So if you see that one portion when you're going to cover in a day, you may be having 10 to 15 questions in that, that's all. When you're going to answer those things, I'm telling you, all the doubts will come up or it will get solved. When it comes up doubts, note down and ask in the next class. Get it clarified, that ends. Or it gets solved. So you are clear with your concept and you can attend any type of physics. So that is the way you can do that. It's an easy process if you are consistently follow and if you dedicate yourself. If you take it easy and if you don't follow, it's going to become difficult. That's all I can say. I'm not threatening you. There's a reality of this because I've been in this industry for the past 20 years. So I have come across so many students. So I know how do they feel and what are the difficulties they will come across, right? So that's why all our slides are been prepared with the 20 years of experience. There are so many slides has been added when our students feel that there is a doubt in that what type of questions are going to be asked. Those concepts are being added into our slides so that you will not let out with any possible doubts. And as Sanjay sir said, this particular certification is above the degree level. So we always consider you know some of the basics. There is a BCom level at least. You should know some other knowledges. So under that consideration only we teach the concept. If you are not able to understand, you can definitely raise the questions and we are happy to explain that also. Our intention is everybody should pass the CMA as quick as possible, and you have to shine as the best management accountant. Thank you, Sanjay ji. Over to you.
Thank you, Ganpati sir. Those are really valuable tips for the students. I'm sure students do understand what you have said. Procrastination is not going to get you anywhere. Like Ganpati sir said, if you're going to procrastinate, you're not going to reach anywhere. You need to be dedicated, determined to crack the exam and go ahead in your career. So that's it. Baswati ma'am, are you there? Would you like to?
Yes, Sanjay sir, I am very much here.
Yeah. So I'll pass it over to you if you would like to add anything.
Thank you. Well, guys, am I audible?
Yes, madam, you are. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. So first of all, I would like to thank both the faculties, Mr. Sanjay Ramchand and Mr. Ganpati Subramanian, for the profound and for these informative inputs, which are really valuable for you till your last date of your CMA exam. So what all that what I want to tell you is the excitement of today. With the excitement you have joined the class today, that should be the same till the date you will be writing your second part. So if you can do this, if the consistency is there, if you can keep the same dedication and the dream, then nobody can stop you from being a CMA. Okay, so that's the main thing which is needed for this. And I'd like to congratulate all of you present here, because these tough times, we all know the times are not very favorable, not very convenient, but still in these tough times you have remained ambitious and you have decided to elevate your career to the next level. So that itself shows that you are bold, you are courageous. And the only thing which is needed with this boldness and with this courage is your consistency. I'm sure all of you have that. So please remain consistent and attend the live classes. In case if you cannot attend it accidentally, if you fail, send us a mail or take a permission from the relevant counselor whom you know, and go through the recording. But you have to be consistent. Don't lose the track in between. Okay, so that's all I have to tell you. And Uplift Pro, it will be with you. It's not like you will be CMA. It's like we will be CMA. It's like we will be doing equal hard work. The admin team, the faculties, everybody will be doing equal hard work with you to make you a CMA. It's our journey, not only your journey. So being an official partner of the Institute of Management Accountants USA, we get some extra favors from IMA USA regarding the fee structure, regarding IMA fees, the membership fees, the CMA entrance fees, the examination fees and all. So we'll let you know. I think most of you have got our mail already. So in case you have any question, you can ask me. Otherwise, I will invite Kalyani, or one of our CMA coordinators. She will explain you about the offers. Kalyani?
Thank you.
Over to you.
Okay, good evening, everyone. And as ma'am and respected faculties have, guided you about the CMA US journey. So the only information that I would like to share with all of you is that, as rightly said by Bhashwati ma'am, we are now the silver provider of IMA US. And with this, we get a special advantage, which actually helps our student to save a good amount at their end. So as we all know that IMA is having two major types of membership, that's professionals and students. Now, the student membership is generally meant for the ones who are pursuing their CMA US along with their academic qualification. Like if any of you are, a working professional and along with your CMA, you are pursuing masters in correspondence, then you become eligible for the student membership. So this is like, if any of our existing student or the CMA aspirants who are thinking to get themselves enrolled with Uplift, they can get in touch with the respective councils in order to get the benefit about the membership. So as I said, there are basically two memberships. So generally, talking about the professional membership, the professional members need to pay a total fee of $1325. Like, your membership, your entrance, your exam fee, which is the actual amount of IMA is $1325. But as an approved partner of IMA US, Uplift students get a advantage, that is, you get to save around $475 at your end. So approximately the payable amount towards your IMA exam registration would be around $850. This is for the professionals. And for the students, talking about the actual fee of IMA US is around $830. And by availing the discount, that is a special combo discount from us, that will help you to fetch you the entire, like you need to pay around $500. So you can understand that's a huge amount for both professionals and membership, student members to to book your seat by availing this particular offer. And I'm sure most of the students who have been with us, we had run this offer in the month of April, and very soon we will be opening up the offer once again for the new members. So the circulation will be made by us, and in that particular time, the interested students can get in touch with me or respective other team members of Uplift. And lastly, I would just like to end the session by saying that this is mainly for the CMA aspirants. If you have, I'm sure you must have received the detailed email from us related to the fee structure towards your, Uplift training. If you still have any questions related to the fee, you can get in touch with the admin team. We are there to guide you. Thank you. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Baswati ma'am, and thank you, Kalyani, for those detailed, offers available for our students. I'm sure a lot of them would like to use this opportunity and save some hard-earned money over there. Before we start the question and answer sessions, I just want to briefly call upon some of our students who are part of, a previous batch, so that they can, for the benefit of the new joiners, they can give you a little bit of information about our teaching methods and how our faculty helps them. So can I call upon Rizwan? Rizwan, are you there? Rizwan, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I can hear you, sir.
Yeah. So if you don't mind, can you just, talk in a few sentences how you find Uplift's coaching and what is the benefit you are deriving out of Uplift?
So to be frank, sir, the Uplift coaching is very, very beneficial in the sense like a lot of live examples are done in class. So all the doubts that I have is automatically cleared in the process. And if whatever doubts I have, today itself, like I had some doubts and few questions, I posted it to you and you solved it and you explained it to me properly. So actually, and the response time is very, very brief. Like I get to know all the questions and answers easily, and the concepts is very much cleared. Most important thing which I learned, like you always tell and you always communicate to everyone, is to make your concepts clear rather than reading the whole thing and not understanding it. Understanding is very important, and I believe this is where I'm gaining a lot of input and a lot of effort and understanding the whole thing. I really find this very beneficial. Thanks, sir.
Thank you, Rizwan. Thank you for your kind words, and we appreciate the positive feedback that you have given us. Can I also call a student who was, briefly part of our, so Rizwan is quite experienced in his work. So I got one person who's experienced to talk. I would like to also call somebody who's, recently joined our course, but was not a part of the full batch. Yet he's attended a few courses. Can I call upon Payas? Payas, would you like to say something? Payas,
Yes, sir. Actually, Uh, I apologize if I don't speak in a clear manner because I am weak in English speaking.
No, that's all
So
right.
only I would say that it is a very good opportunity for all of us who can work and also study at the same time. I'm getting to I mean, even after working for 9 hours in the morning, I also get time to attend lecture, and it is very much flexible for me even after working. And our sir also they also teach us in very simple language that it would that you will also understand, and you can also ask if you have any doubts anytime. They are always available for us. Thank you.
Thank you, Payas. Thank you very much for that feedback. I'll now open the floor for any questions that you all may have. We are here to answer those for you. Any questions? Anybody who has any questions? No questions? Nobody? I get very scared when there are no questions, because it can lead only to two decisions. Either it was so clear that everybody understood everything, or nothing was clear that it went over everybody's head. No questions? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, please go ahead.
So regarding the exam, sir, like there are
Yes.
3 windows. So if you
Yes.
give exam in first window, like paper 1, so
Yes.
we cannot give in the same year.
No,
I
in
didn't
the
get
same
this.
window. In the same window. So
Same
let's
window.
say, yes.
Okay.
Let us say it is a January-February window. Okay. You wrote your exam on 10th of January, but you did not do well in that exam. You are doubtful that you will pass, and you would like to write that exam again in February. You cannot do that.
Okay.
You
But we
can
can write in second window.
Yes, second window you can write. Yes.
You can write. Okay, fine.
Yes, you can write it in the second window. So
Yeah,
basically, what
I would like to add here to clarify some of the doubts. If you are writing a part 1 in January, February window, for example, as you said, 10th January, you are writing a part 1 paper, and part 2 can be written in February or even on January 12th, nothing wrong. Only the same part 1 paper cannot be written within that window. So if you want to repeat the examination, it cannot be written in the same window. That's all. Clear?
does that clear your doubt?
Clear, sir. Yes, sir. Clear. Thank you, sir.
So I've got Prashant who would like to add something. Yes, Prashant, please go ahead.
Very good evening to all of you. Very good evening to all the faculties. And I'm here to, share one of my experiences, like while preparing for the exams and while preparing for the CMA US exams. What I find is when I'm actually going through the recordings, and I'm so sorry and apologies for not attending the classes online or in most of the time. But while attending the event for the recordings, what I actually experienced is one of the most advantage if somebody can actually have is like we even during the lectures we practice the sums also during the lectures, like we have completed our topics, so there and thereby we are also practicing the same, like if the topics gets completed we are practicing the same questions as well. So that's the honest feedback from my side. I mean, because the correct question, if you practice the questions well, you can definitely able to clear the exam. So because even the Sanjay sir and Gatpati sir, they actually going to teach us like how to approach the questions and what type of a mindset we have to carry while solving the questions. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Prashant. Thank you for that. Any other questions? Anybody
I
else?
do agree with Prashant because we have some students who are having US shifts or UK shifts, or they stay outside, like the timing doesn't match. Mainly our timing is 9 p.m. Indian time, so that is designed in such a manner that both generally the Indian students and the Middle East students who work in the general shift, they can attend the classes mostly. But some of the students who have different shiftings or odd shiftings, they cannot attend classes. I have seen people, they go through the recordings only and still they are doing good. So guys, even if you are like having some odd shifts and you are skeptic that I won't be able to attend the live class, so don't worry, the recordings will be provided to you. You have to write us about it, that this is the issue. That's why you are not able to attend the class. Do let us know earlier. And in your off days, suppose you have 2 days, you must be having 5 days a week. So in the 2 days of holidays, do attend the classes. Be there in our WhatsApp group. And if you have a question, you can ask the faculties and religiously go through the recordings. I agree that is not as far as, attending the live class. Of course, being in an interactive session and being in a recording, there is a difference, but still you can manage if you are dedicated. Okay, that's all I have to say. Thank you.
Any more questions?
So
Any
yeah,
more?
one question from my side, Amrish. So
Yes.
thanks for the detailed insight. So one thing on this recording, just wanted to check. So I mean, will that be volunteer, or maybe the everyday sessions will be recorded? Session will be recorded and will be shared with the students.
We try as far as possible to record the sessions. Sometimes due to technical glitches, they do not get recorded, or they do get recorded, but they don't get saved. Okay.
Okay.
So those are the things.
Then the practice is being followed only when there is a technical glitch or something. Then it will not be shared. Rest it will be, right?
Yes, mostly. Most of the time, yes, it will be. But like I told you, okay, we don't encourage you to be dependent on recordings. We would rather prefer you to attend the classes, because there are things which you might miss out in recordings. When it might not get recorded, or it might fail. Voice, audio might fail, video might fail. It's after all a technological thing. So when you're in the live class, the chance of you missing anything is very less when compared to being dependent on a recording.
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much. So it's just a substitute, not a replacement.
Yes, recording is only a backup for you. It is only a revision for you. Attending the class is more important for you.
Yes, Mr. Sanjay,
Yes.
can you hear me?
Sorry, may I ask your name, please?
Sayyid Ubaid. My name is Sayyid Ubaid.
Yes, Syed, you are better now. Yes, tell me, Syed.
Yes, you told me that the live classes are not going to be substitute for the recording classes.
Correct.
So can you please arrange any flexible timing, because we are the Middle East student and we come back from the job like 6 p.m. and straight away we cannot able to join the live classes straight away. So is there any flexible timing can be set which will be convenient for both of the student of Indians and the Middle East student as well?
See, the timings have been designed in such a way, keeping in mind the Middle East students. We have a lot of students who are from the Middle East who attend the classes, because I believe that the Middle East ends their work hours at about 5 o'clock. So we have given them an hour's time to get back and then attend the classes. So you need to understand, Syed, is that when we start the classes at 9 o'clock here, India time, okay, as it is, we are starting late. So if we move it further, that means it will go on till midnight. That is not very feasible for
My
others.
humble request is that you can stretch half an hour. Like you start 6:30, you can start from 7. It will be very convenient for all of us in the Middle East.
Uh, I will let the Uplift administration take a call on that. I'm not the person who can take a decision on that, because I'm only a faculty. But they have designed the timings keeping in mind various time zones. Students from various time zones, they have designed this in timing. So I will let Uplift answer that for you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Madam.
Shreya, Baswati madam, anybody who wants to answer that?
But don't worry, we will be discussing it with all the students who will be there in the P1 batch, and accordingly, as per the convenience of the majority, we will be fixing the class timing. Okay.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Any more questions? Anything at all? please feel free to ask, because once we start our classes, the focus will be on the classes.
Hello, sir. This is Nosha here, if I can speak now.
Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to have a clarification. Like, I was doing this Bachelor of Business Management, and whereas I studied this management account a little bit, financial account a little bit. Now I'm working in finance department, but I'm concentrated on the banking and trade finance, that field. So I'm not so familiar with the day-to-day accounting. I actually lost my touch on that, most of the concepts, but I was doing the CMA. I mean, I was studying by myself, you can say a couple of months. So I was trying myself to remember the basics, concepts, and all these things of accounting. So my main concern is like when we start this session, I'm not afraid, but I'm concerned if I can grab all the concepts, especially these financial statements, and also how deep you will be able to understand a student like me about the concepts when you're going through I know the CMA is professional course.
Right. Naushad, before I start answering your question, what's your background, did you say?
I'm working in finance department as a secretary of
what's your
finance.
educational background?
It's a business management.
Business management?
Yes.
Bachelor's in business management.
Yes, yes.
And specializing in what? What were your options?
It was actually international business management.
International
And
business management.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
But
I
you
studied
have
financial
studied.
accounting and management accounting.
Okay, you have studied financial accounting, right?
Yes, yes.
So up to
yes.
what level did you study financial accounting? Did you
Yeah.
study up to like are you comfortable writing journal entries, writing ledger postings, trial balance sheets?
Yes, yes, I can say like 50% I'm confident. I did it before and I got good marks when I was studying. Now 7 years I didn't touch anything. Like the day-to-day accounting I didn't touch. But I
Let
was
me tell
mostly,
you, let me tell you, okay,
yeah.
it's just that you know the concepts, but you're not able to remember them.
Yes,
Right?
yes, exactly, yes.
Don't worry about it, because it is like riding a bicycle. Okay.
Yeah.
You might struggle a little bit in the beginning to understand, but as you start studying that topic, as you start studying that particular field or whatever it is, it will come back to you. Okay.
All right.
Just to let you know, okay, I did my CMA after 25 years of my graduation.
Oh,
my
okay.
accounting was far worse than yours. It was far rusty. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So it just took me initially, 1 month probably. I struggled because, I had to recollect what I had studied in my, graduation. My basics were strong. I know how to pass my journal entry. I know how to post the ledger accounts. I know how to prepare trial balance. I know balance sheet. I know all the, the components of balance sheet, trial balance. So if I'm talking about depreciation, if I'm talking about current assets, if I'm talking about current liability, I know what all these are. Okay. So maybe it took me, a little longer to put it into practice. But it is not that it cannot be done. You may have to work a little harder compared to a person who just graduated 2-3 years back. Okay?
Yes, sir.
So you just might have to put a little bit more effort. But trust me, it is not something which cannot be done. And like Ganpati sir, I will stress, I will underline and bold the word determination and dedication. Okay? The DD rule, which Ganpati sir spoke about. I will bold it and I will underline it. Determination and dedication. If you are determined, nothing can stop you.
Yes, sir.
Nothing can stop you. Okay. I cleared the exam after 25 years of studying. After 25 years, I studied because I was determined. I was dedicated. I said, come what may, I want this certification.
Yeah.
Trust me, you can do it.
Thank you, sir, for that.
Answer your
For
question?
those words.
Does that answer your question?
Yes, sir. And also, I was actually, I'm ready to work hard. I'm determined. I want to do it. And when I
Wait, that's half the battle won. That is half the battle won.
No, I was actually concerned. I mean, I believe all of the
Naushad,
my
that is
friends
why we
here.
stress.
Yeah.
That is why we stress on attending the live class. So when in the live class, if I explain a concept, okay, and now
Yeah.
because you are saying that it has been some time when you studied that, and you're not able to put the you know what the concept is,
Yes.
but you're not
Yes.
able to put it in context, for example, okay.
Yes.
Then we are there to help you. We are ready to explain it again to you. We will
This is
try
yes.
and adopt another method of explaining to you, okay. So
Yes.
that should help you get through and get past that roadblock.
This is actually the answer to my question. This is my the important thing to me, to listen, to explain somebody to me this kind of things which I missed actually.
We are there for you. Don't worry
Okay.
about that.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Sorry, somebody else also had a question. Somebody wanted to ask another question before Naushad was talking.
Mr. Sanjay,
Yes.
you can hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yes, Mr. Sanjay, I'm also come after the layoff of 15 years. I've been associated with Midrar Development Company in Jeddah, and I have been working as a chief accountant over there. But I also come from the layoff of 15 years. So what do you suggest that, coming windows for September, October, the lady in the administration told me that you can appear in the both, you can try for the both part. But I told her that I cannot possibly appear in the clear the both part in the same window. So if I appear in for the part one, for the first part in October, then I will join the second window somewhere like January and February. So what do you suggest that if a person come from the layoff of 15 years and he can clear the exam in possible the what time, the duration?
Sir, let me just tell you what I explained to you, Naushad, applies to you as well. How determined and how dedicated are you? How badly do you want the CMA certification? Okay. And given that you come after 15 years of layoff, are you currently working, Syed?
Yes, I'm currently working. Yes.
Okay. So given that you come from a 15 years layoff, that's unfortunate, but that should tell you the importance of upskilling yourself as well, right?
Definitely.
How important it is to upskill yourself. Now, how much can you adapt? How much of time can you devote to learn, the course material? How much of the concepts are you able to grasp and apply them to solve the questions? It varies from individual to individual. Okay.
Of course.
Right. So it is very difficult for me to tell whether you can do it in one window or do you need two windows. You are a better person. You are a better judge of that. However, having said that, what we always recommend is take it part by part.
Yes.
Okay. Because for the simple reason, if you're studying two parts at a time, you might confuse yourself with the concepts if you're not very strong in them.
Yes.
Okay? And also dedicating that much time for both the concepts to be written in one window requires a lot of more time and effort from your part. We recommend take it one part at a time, focus on one part, study that part thoroughly, study that part well, understand the concepts well, practice, get sufficient practice. Be confident when you go to write the exam. Don't go with, a half-baked knowledge or idea to write the exam. When you go to write the exam, you should be confident. Yes, I know my concepts very well. I'm clear on how to solve the questions. I'm thorough with everything. So I know I can crack this exam. If you're going to go with a half-hearted to write the exam, then you're going to struggle. Right? So
after coming job, we are obviously very exhausted, and we have to spare out some time, at least we spare out 2 hours or 3 hours daily basis. The person like me who are coming from the layoff 15 years, then I think I will be able to pass or clear the exams. So obviously it is a bit tough for me, it is a bit hard, but inshallah I will try my best and appear one by one, inshallah.
Yes, I agree it is hard. Okay, and I agree it requires dedication. See, when I wrote my exams, okay, I was working, I had a family to take care of, and I was also studying. So for the time when I was studying, I forgot my social life.
Yeah, you
No
have
social
to.
life, no
Yeah.
TV, no social life, nothing. Focus only on studies, dedicated to clearing. Of course, I'm very grateful because I had the support of my wife, at that point of time. Okay, where she
For
let
that
me
support,
go and she said, yes, please focus on your studies because that is more important. Okay,
that
so
is very important.
yeah, that you have to put in that additional effort, additional time. Okay, and make sure that you are able to crack the exam.
Yeah, yeah. I will try my best. I will try my level best.
Any other questions? Please ask your questions now if you have any, because once we start the class, we will be very time bound, we will be very constrained. So if you have any questions now on anything which we have discussed, please feel free to ask now.
Yeah, so hi sir, Amresh here again. So with the similar context, what you probably you have answered. So I mean the people who are in corporate and then working differently with 10 plus years of experience, obviously they have, I mean we have lost the touch of the concept or maybe some of the basic things as well. And I mean, and then as per the Uplift administration, they have already shared a couple of things from this Accounting Coach Pro or something, which I mean, I tried to go through. So the question relates here is that is there any additional suggestion or maybe that remark you want to put in to go through with the basic concept, so at least parallelly we can cover what we are going to have in the classes as well.
So are you from what background are you from, Ambish? What have you studied?
So I'm MBA Finance.
MBA Finance. So MBA Finance is quite, more detailed than our degree level, right? So you would have covered a lot of concepts. You would have learned all of those. The only thing is you might have, forgotten them.
Exactly, sir. So that's what the case is, because I mean until these are not practice, I mean we lose the contest. So the same thing, I mean, across the people who are professionals.
Yes. So
Yeah.
see, that is why I told you it is important that one, you attend the classes, because that is where all the concepts are going to be taught. Okay. And if there's something which you don't understand, you can then and there ask us. We will repeat it. We will, explain it in a different way so that you get the concept right. Okay. One is that. Second, it is only a question of time before all the concepts or whatever you studied in your MBA Finance start coming back to you. Okay. Like I told you, it is like riding a bicycle. You might struggle initially, but it will come back to you. Okay. Gradually, it will start coming back to you. You will start recollecting what you studied. Uh, to give you an example, I told you I'm pursuing my CPA course, right? So over there are some things which, when they are taught to us, in the first instance, I don't understand. Okay, so I ask, okay, what happens? This is my understanding. Where am I going wrong? So our faculty is good enough to explain it again, and if required, to explain a little bit of basics also so that we understand the concept. So we don't go too much into the basics. We will not start from the scratch, but maybe we'll come down one level and re-explain the concept to you so that you understand the concept and then go back to the original level and tell you this is how you related to it. We might not go back to starting. We will not go back down right down telling you what is cash or what is accounts receivable. We might not go back. Okay, but we might go down one level and say, okay, accounts receivable is something which you should have collected in 30 days. So now coming back to the question, how do you relate that?
Yeah.
Okay,
Makes sense, sir. Yeah.
so we will definitely do that for you. That's what we are here for. That's what our job is, to ensure that your understanding of the concepts is strong. Cracking CMA needs only two things. Okay, there is only two things which are required to crack CMA. First thing, strong understanding of concepts. Your entire exam is based on concepts. It is not something you can mug up and write your exam. Your entire exam is based on concepts. Two, time management. Okay, if you are strong on these two, you can definitely crack them. Does that answer your question, Amish?
Yes, sir. Thank you so much for the insight.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Anybody else? Anybody else? No? Okay, so what time is it now? Okay, we have actually exceeded our usual 1.5 hour sessions. Shall we wind up here? If there are no more questions, shall we wind up here?
Yes, Sanjay, I think we should wind up because from tomorrow we'll be having very serious classes, guys. So whatever decision you take it by tonight or by tomorrow. And we'll be meeting again tomorrow at 9 p.m. same time.
Yes. Thank you, Baswati. Thank you everyone for your time today and attending this session. I hope you found it useful. And if you have any questions related to the exam or to the subject, you can address it to us, either to Ganpati sir or to me. If you have any questions related to the administration part of it, related to the fees, related to the class timings and things like that, you can send them to the administration team, which is Kalyani madam, Shreya madam, or whoever your counselor is. They will be able to answer that for you. Apart from that, we'll see you all tomorrow in the class. Right. Thank you everyone. Have a good night, and we'll see you tomorrow in the class. Stay safe. Take care.
You too. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Good night. Bye-bye.
Good night.